All right. So welcome again, everyone, for joining this session. Thank you very much for having this time to be with us, learning new things, improving your existing skills. I am so excited here to be with you, to share my experience with you, and give you the best advices on how to shift your career if you are looking for that portion, or maybe you want to improve your skills. So again, thank you very much for joining the session. And again, if you don't know me, my name is Salim. I will be your main host for this webinar. We have also here Mr. Lajish. He will be my co-host in the session. Mr. Lajish is a CTO of Leemoon.com, and I am currently work as a senior software engineer at Leemoon. I have experience with more than 5 years in software development. I have experience in building open source projects that are used by thousands of developers around the world. So far, I have educated hundreds of students around the world about modern web technology and best practices. So I think I'm good fit here to teach you the secrets, ingredients about building a successful website. So now Mr. Rajesh also is joining us to share his experience. He has more than 15 years in experience in project management and technical field. So the mic to you, Mr. Rajesh. You might talk a little bit about yourself and give us an introduction about Leemoon a bit.
Thank you, Mr. Salim. I'm very excited here to be part of this program here. We are very passionate learners. You know, as Salim said, I am a CTO of Leemoon. Actually, my experience in this industry is more than 15 years. I not just worked with Leemoon, I also worked with more than 6 startup companies to develop highly scalable products in technology architecture and even the business product development, all these kind of things. So I have seen this technology emerges from very basic stages in the internet in the early 2000 to now into 2020 times. So there is always this technology trend that always helps us, make our life easier. So that's exactly what I am doing. I like to do technology. I want to develop products and help a lot of people, develop products that is, creating high impact. And if you look at Leemoon, I was part of Leemoon from the beginning, that is around from 2011. So in the beginning, Leemoon actually started as a job website or a career website. We are helping all these people find jobs or switch jobs, all these kind of things. Later, we realized that many of these professionals who are looking for these jobs, they actually want to upskill their career. They want to, they want higher salaries. They want, improve their career to the next level. This is exactly what they want to do, and we are kind of passionate about doing all these kind of things. What we've done is we partnered with many of the institute around this region, especially in GCC, to create a core search engine. Later, we realized there is people need to learn online. That's how we started online courses back in 2017. Now it's very imminent that everything is in the terms of learning professional skills is going to happen only in online, because we don't have a physical classroom facility because of this COVID situation. The world is changing. It's a new world, right? So we are now partnering with many of these trainers and institutes, to create highly valuable courses for all of you. So this is one of the technology course we are doing ourselves to our audience. We want to help everyone to learn, technology to move forward. We have around, in Leemoon, we have around 1.5 million visitors visiting, every month. More than 400,000 people visiting just for courses. We have around 5,000 course titles to choose from. Also, we have around 1,000 of course providers listing their courses through us, and we have now coming a lot of trainers who are going to train live on live classes.
That's amazing.
If you look at what we do in a monthly basis, we help more than 5,000, 50,000 people do courses or connect with course providers that we call transactions. So that's kind of impact we are doing in this region. We are the #1 course search platform in this region. So that's exactly why we want to help even more with online courses and building technology. And we are going to help today. Today we have some of the, one of the very surprising gift for all our attendees. Right now we are around 20 people. All of them is going to get a surprise gift after today's event, because all of you are the ones going to be next full stack developers who are going to build a technology for the future. Now over to you, Mr. Yes. Continue, please. Salim, over to you. You can start the course now.
This is very exciting. I wish I know what this gifted is about. So again, what Mr. Rajesh said, if you stick with us to the end, you will get this surprise gift from Leemoon for all the attendees here in this session. So I know now you might have a lot of questions in your mind about what is going to be happening in the next few minutes, and maybe a lot of questions about related to web development in general. So that's why we have a Q&A session at the end of this session, at the end of this course, so you can ask your questions, share feedback, or whatever you want. All right, with that have been said, I would like to go and start this course. And before I start teaching you the secrets of building a successful website, which is the main topic that we are in right now, I would like to share with you an inspiration of what you can actually transfer your career if you are currently outside of development area, and if you want to switch your career to become one of these fields. This course will prepare you to get inspiration about these fields and what are actually they provide you with salaries if you are willing to compare your existing field with this, or if you are currently a developer and you want to know more about opportunities maybe here in UAE, in Dubai, or maybe outside like US or somewhere else. All right. So again, we have seen some of you guys here are currently working as a developer. This is great. This is amazing for you. This session, we designed it to be flexible for all levels of people who are currently willing to learn, about web development and best practices. So how many of you here are excited? Say yes in the comments. All right, see some people here. Great, yes. All right, let's move on. So here are the salaries of those fields that I talked about earlier in the US. So you can imagine your future here if you want to get a job and if you start learning in those fields like full stack engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, how much you can earn by getting a job in US. And this is just an average. And if you want to know more details about the salaries here in UAE, we are streaming it currently from Dubai. So we share with you this detail as well. So if you are looking for a job with these fields, the basic or the average salaries that you can get in UAE is, and those prices are in general, in dirhams, sorry. So in full stack developer, you will get an average of 45K per year. So it's quite good salary, I think. So if you compare it to doctors or maybe some other fields, sometimes those salaries exceed the other fields. All right, I think this is very exciting for many people who actually want to shift their careers or looking for jobs here in modern countries like UAE or US or Canada or whatever place you are willing to go. All right. I would like to share with you the 3 secrets of building a successful website. Now, before I share with you this thing or this secrets about building a successful website, I'm going to give you a story about myself. I started learning software development back in 2014 while I'm studying as a mechatronics engineer. I wasn't studying computer science or software engineering. I was studying mechatronics engineer back in Malaysia. And I graduated with a degree of mechatronics engineer. But What I love about software is the flexibility as a developer, as a learner. It's much easier than any field exists in the world right now due to the huge amount of resources, of learning resources that you can find online. This is a great opportunity that if I learn it myself and if become a successful developer here, you can actually do that as well. So I hope this kind of inspire you that if you are currently in another field and want to switch your career, this is the best time to switch to. All right, so back to the secrets that I was talking about. Here we have three main secrets that if you do it right, you will build an amazing website that can scale for millions of users. Now, secret number one will be how to get 10x faster in development without any extra cost. All right, this might sound weird. How to get 10x faster in development and writing code without buying too much, spending too much money on hiring other people. Let's say you are building a website and you want to speed the development process. Normally, what you think is, I want to hire someone with me to speed up the process with me. And that's some kind of acceptable process if you want to do that. But in reality, if you want to speed your process 10 times than your average speed, you don't have to hire people. You have to learn the right technology that will help you to accomplish this. That's the secret. That's the secret, how to achieve this goal. Now, secret number two will be how to just focus 100% on the business need. Now, when I say business need, I'm talking about your goal. When you are building a website or building a mobile application, for example, you are having a goal. You want to do something for your users, for the humanity, for to impact other people. So you have a vision in your head that I want to do a specific thing, and I need to do that because I don't have time to focus on other stuff. So that's the secret number two. Now, secret number three will be how to build a scalable website that generates thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars while sleeping with no 2 a.m. calls. Now, let's stop here and talk a little bit about web development for those who don't know anything about what is web development and what are the fields that exist in it. All right. In web development, there are two things you have to be aware of. Two things that major things exist in web development. They are front end and back end. Now, these terms, for those who are working in mobile and web development area, they know what they are. But if you are currently outside of the software area, you probably haven't heard about this stuff anywhere. So a front end term of front end developer is a person who is in charge of building anything that a user can see on the website. So if you go to Leemoon.com, for example, so anything related to the user interface, like buttons, images, video, clicks, events, all that crazy on the website, that is actually what we call it as a front end. Now, what about the back end? What is back end? Back end, basically, for those who don't know what is back end, is a term used to describe all the actions related to the things that users normally don't see. For example, saving data in the database, managing the security aspects, or maybe handling the form. Like you have a form in the website and someone submitted a contact form, then this kind of information will be sent to the back end to be handled. So again, to summarize what I said, front end term or front end means everything that user can see on the page. Back end is everything related to the backstage, if you want to relate that. Backstage means security, database, caching, invalidation, all that stuff is taken care by a back-end developer. Now, there are in the market right now jobs for front-end developer only and back-end developers only. Now, when we combine them together in one package, on one bundle, we call it full stack. That's what I wrote earlier in the slide, full stack engineer or full stack developer. Full stack developer is basically a person or a developer who is in charge of building a website from A to Z, including the user interface, including the database, including the security, everything. So that's what we call a full stack. Is that clear? Perfect. Yes. Now, let's move on to the next slide. And here we get back to the secrets I spoke about. Secret number one, how to get 10x faster in development without extra cost. In reality, you have a website and you want to share it with other people. What you do normally is you take this website, you put it on a server, and you share the link with your friends, your customers, whatever it is. That's in the past. However, with that in mind, you have to take care of other stuff that's not related to development. For example, server management, networking, security, patching, all this, kind of things you have to do it by yourself. And in my opinion, it's just not related to your business. So if we lead that to secret number two, what we said, you have to focus only on your business, on building the product. That's it. You don't have to, spend time learning how to manage servers, how to manage database servers, how to scale your server. So that will add up complexity in your timeline. And trust me, you don't have time to learn all those things. Okay, and now I will give you a picture of what I was talking about in reality in the past. If you're building a website, you have to take care of the OS operating system itself. You have to go deeper into networking, how to communicate with different components, how to load balance your servers if you have multiple servers. If you don't know what I'm talking, it's okay. But for those who are in this field right now, they know what I'm talking about. So if you know what I'm talking about, say yes in the comment. All right. If you go back a little bit and see the big picture, what we want exactly as a developers, you see here we have yes. They know what I'm saying. They know it's server management is kind of a nightmare. Now, what we want actually as a developers of a website, our goal is very simple. I want to build a website that can be served for or shared with other people to use it. Okay, that website can be like Leemoon, or maybe as a Google, or maybe Facebook or YouTube. You want to build something by yourself, and maybe you have an awesome idea you want to share it with the world. All right. So our goal is basically consists of three simple things. You want to code your code or your application. You deploy it. Well, deployment means push it to the server, push it to the cloud, and then share the link with your customers, with your users. That's what we want. We don't want the crazy stuff that we talked earlier. Am I right? You see here, we have some guys who have experience in building that. Okay, that put us to secret number two. Secret number two of building a successful website is by focusing 100% on your business need. And here I would like to quote a quote from Forge. They say that server management doesn't have to be a nightmare. They are offering a service to handle the complexity of servers. But in my opinion, I think you will agree with me. If you agree with me, what I will say right now, please say yes. What I believe that server management in general is a nightmare, especially when your application grows and becomes a very big project. So you see here, some people are agreed on some level, but yes, as I said, server management is a nightmare. Now, wouldn't it be easier if we just remove the servers from our life as a developer? So moving on to secret number three, is how to build a website that generates thousands of dollars while sleeping and no 2 a.m. calls. Now, for those who are working as a software developer, they know what is 2 a.m. call means. We all want to generate money while sleeping. Am I right? All right. With that have been said, I would like to introduce you to the new concept that have been a buzzword in the last few years. It's called serverless. All right. So what is the hack of serverless? Serverless means is the absence of server in your mind as a developer. You want to develop a website, you just focus on building the website. You want to develop a mobile application, you just focus on building the mobile application. That's it. You don't have to care about anything else. Now, let me put you back in history to illustrate what I'm trying to say and what is this technology is about. All right. So if you are, how many here do we have any developers here with more than 15 years of experience? If so, say yes in the comments. Now, for those who are old in the development, they know what this slide is about. Back in 1996, when companies want to build a website, they rent or buy servers. Servers, by what I mean by servers is computers. They buy them and put them in their data center. When they have a large amount of users visiting their website, they bring more servers to accommodate the load, to handle the load that happened on their server. The problem is, what problem is happening is when there's no load on the server, all this hardware they bought earlier is kind of a waste. So that in the history, that in the past, in 2006, Amazon Web Service or another companies, they start to provide a service to provide companies with existing data center to migrate their servers to the cloud. Now, that's kind of a solution for the old problem, the past problem, but in reality, it did not solve too many issues that they are facing. Still, you have to hire people to manage the servers, and what they call it are DevOps. So in 2013, people or developers start to go and try to innovate something that can solve these kind of problems by Dockerizing the VPS or servers in the cloud. So they kind of have some kind of less management tools, less time spent on the server management, but still the learning curve, in my opinion, is too hard. Anyone here knows about Docker? If so, please say yes. Docker in the past is basically a technology that help you Dockerize your containers or VPS to ship your products to the cloud and maintain them. It is great technology, but still, in my opinion, still lack of simplicity. You have to learn them. You have to learn about Kubernetes. You have to learn how to scale them. You have to learn how to deploy them, which is time consuming. You don't have time to do that. Am I right? Okay. And luckily, in the last few years, developers start to go and build innovative ideas. I think, in my opinion, it's something that is the future of software development, is called serverless. Now, in serverless, as you can see here in the picture, you code and you put your code somewhere in the cloud. You don't know where it is. So that's the mentality, or that's the paradigm that serverless is trying to deliver for software developers. Now, with that being said, I have a quote from Auth0 company. They said, the essence of the serverless trend is the absence of the server concept during software development. What they mean by that is servers are still exist. You do not, you cannot imagine that you code your application and you just put it somewhere in the world and you expect to run. No, you still have to have servers, but you as a developer, you don't have to manage them. That's the beauty of serverless. All right. Anyone here knows what is Auth0 before? If yes, say yes. If you know it, say yes. If no, it's okay. Don't worry. Now, with that have been said, I would like to, talk a little bit about the paradigm change in serverless development, compare that with the old method of building websites. Now, here in this session, I would like to give you the best outcome. What is the best practices and the modern technology that if you are willing to learn, go for them, because they are the future. Previously, if you are currently a developer, you might agree with me. You write your code as one big chunk and ship it to the cloud. That might be using Laravel if you are a PHP developer, or maybe a Node.js, and you just put it to the cloud as a one big thing, we call it monolithic applications. Now, this kind of terminology or ideology works in the past for kind of medium to small projects. When your project becomes to go global and scale at scale, your method will be kind of hard to maintain the complexity of the project, also maintain the features of the project, and it's kind of too much work you have to do to make sure that, let's say, if you want to add a new feature in the website, when your website grows, then you have to make sure that you don't break the existing functions, the existing functionalities. Am I right? So I think for people who are currently in development, they know what I'm saying. But in general, the paradigm change in serverless kind of ease the process of development from our perspective as software engineers or software developers. The entire model is built around simple thing. You know, if you can see in the slide, I wrote, if this, then that. If this, then do something. If any event happened, then do that action needed. All right, let's take an example to illustrate what I'm talking about. If a user, as you can see inside, if a user visited a product page, then fetch the product from database and present it to the user. Now, this kind of example is, let's say if you are building a shopping website, you want to sell products, and you have a page for each product, you want to share the details. This is kind of event. When a user visited that product page, you want to get this data from the database and present it to him. This is one of the examples of an event. Now, previously in a monolithic development or in the past, you probably, if you are doing like projects with Node.js or Laravel, or whatever technology you are using, you have to define the routes of your projects, and then you, give the results back from the controller or somewhere. In the serverless methodology, it's a new concept. Everything is separate from each other. You know, if you in the past, let's talk in the past. If you are building a website, you will have multiple pages in the website. Let's say home page, about page, products page, etc. Now, all of that comes as a one package, but in serverless, the things are different. What is in serverless, basically, each action, each event is, we call it as a microservice. So a route that fetch the product page and return it back, that's actually a microservice. A microservice that fetch the details of a home page, return it back to the user, that's another microservice. And if you can imagine right now, everything is separated from each other. And that is the beauty of serverless terminology. Serverless basically is allowing you as a developer to develop microservices, very, very tiny services that done one action only. So no more one giant big project that does everything in one place. In the new development, yes, like a web service, kind of web service, but not exactly. It's like separating all the actions from each other. All right. So that's what is all about. Now let's take another example here. If a user uploaded a photo, then compress this image and save it to the database. Let's take this scenario. You have a website and you want to have your users to upload their photos on the website. Okay. Then you have a limit. Let's say you have a limit in your requirements that a user may not be able to upload an image with bigger than 2 megabytes. So if a user uploaded that, you might have a validation, or you might do something else. You might take this image, compress it, minimize the size, and save it in your database. The database can be a storage or whatever database you prefer. Now, this kind of another example of how microservices are combined together to accomplish the big goal that you are trying to do. Okay, so one more example I want to share with you. The events here, when I say event, it doesn't have to be from a user. It can be from the system itself. From you as a developer, you want to perform something, then you can do this as well. Let's say an example. If 9 a.m. then sends email marketing to all users about our new feature, about new X feature. So this kind of example here illustrates that this action is done automatically by from a developer side, not from the user. And that's kind of put things in your head that this is, oh my God, this is very scalable, that I can do anything I want in serverless. And I don't have to worry about breaking other stuff. If I want to develop this microservice, I have to not worry about other stuff that I have built in the past. Okay, is that clear? Perfect. Now, can you come in the comments? Can you come with an example using the same model that I said? If this, then that. In the meanwhile, let me drink my water. Try to come up with a scenario that fits this model. Let's see what we can get. I want you can also to collaborate on this. Form filling, yes, correct. So if a user submit a form, I have to handle it and validate it and save it to the database. That's another example. That's perfect. Thank you, Suhail. All right, so I hope we get the picture of what is serverless is about. And in the meanwhile, I would like to share with you, if you don't mind, a demo of what we are saying. How many of you are excited to see that? Say yes in the comments. All right, yes. So let's get started by a demo, summarize what I have said earlier. What we will do, basically, we will deploy a full stack website. Now, you know what is full stack. Full stack is everything in one place. You have database, you have back end, you have front end, all that stuff. In less than 5 minutes deployment. All right, that sounds crazy and excited. I'm excited too. Let's share that with you. And for that, I would like to introduce you to the Serverless Framework, which basically is a technology that can summarize what I have said in the past as a framework that can be open source to use it, you as a developer. I'm not sure if any of you heard about Serverless Framework. Say me in the comments if you are currently using it or you heard about it. And in the meanwhile, I will introduce you to the commands that we will use to generate a website, full website, that's available on the cloud with with zero configuration. We will have a full application on the cloud without worrying too much details about what is going on behind the scene. I will share with you the details. Perfect, heard about it. So in this command, if you have, how many of you here as a Node.js developer or having an AWS account before? Yes, perfect. Okay, so basically if you run this command, if you try it after this webinar, in just 2 commands, you will have a full application run on AWS without configuring anything on AWS. And AWS stands for Amazon Web Service, for those who don't know what it's about. Now, this command will generate or will install npm i-g serverless and serverless init full stack app. Basically, it will install the serverless framework locally on your machine, and it will generate the scaffolding of your project, which is a full stack application that consists of 2 parts, front end and back end. Front end is written, it will give you a template, boilerplate template, written in React.js, and the back end is written using Express.js. All right, excited? I think it's yes. All right, let's move on to the next command. This command, basically, when you install the first one, you run the second command, this one, cd full stack app and serverless deploy. You see, in just 2 commands here, we will get an amazing result. I will share you with now. Is this exciting for you? Yes, perfect. Now, when you run this command, I already run it in the past. When you run this command, you will get this beautiful landing page that it says full stack application done using Express, React, and DynamoDB. And it's blow your mind. Everything that can happen in just less than 5 minutes. Now, I will share with you the link of this website that are already done, already deployed. So you can visit it while I'm talking and see what actually happened when I run this command. Now, this application consists of several things. As you can see here is the landing page. Then we have a registration form. Then we have a login form for users to log in back to their account. And then there is a dashboard. All right. How many of you here think this is very, very cool? Amazing, nice. All right. Before I mentioned that earlier in the slide, if you remember, we're gonna build a scalable website that serves millions of users with $0. Well, I'm gonna prove that for you that it's actually very scalable. Let me introduce you to the test that I did on one of the services. We use it at Leemoon. We built kind of a service earlier, like a few months back, and this service is handling like almost 3 million a month, 3 million requests a month. Can you imagine this number? This is without worrying about any server. I run it and I forget that it exists sometimes, you know. And if you know this term here, like if you can see on the screen, the latency is incredible. It's less than 50 milliseconds. Can you imagine? It's so crazy. And whatever how many requests, it will scale up and down. You know, with that have been said, all these millions of requests that happened during the last few months, it cost us in Leemoon almost $1. Can you imagine? It's so crazy. It's so powerful. Now, when we run this command earlier, what happened behind the scene, if you go and test the website, there are several actions that happen behind the scene. And actually, if you want to do this by yourself, you don't want to use serverless technology, you have to spend not hours, days building this by yourself. This is the list of things happened behind the scene when we run this command. So AWS Lambda will take care of API gateway, network and CloudFront, security and SSL, building the React.js setup, building the API setup using Express.js, caching and invalidation. A lot more that happen in just one command. It's so crazy. Now, how many of you think this is worth to learn this technology right now? Perfect, amazing. So if you don't mind, I would like to share with you, as an industry expert, me and Lajesh prepared a course that can teach you all the secrets to getting this kind of applications done. You can build amazing applications like Facebook, YouTube, all your dream ideas. You can do it with a minimal effort from your side. How many of you here excited to continue learning of this? Yes? Beautiful. So if you don't mind, let me share with you the details of this course that we prepared. We shared all our secrets and experience with you. All right, so that's have been said. I would like to introduce you to the curriculum that we're gonna deliver for you in the course. Now, in this course, we can put our efforts to deliver industry secrets and best practices in one bundle. You cannot find it anywhere else. And I'll prove that to you. Now, this is what exactly you're going to learn during the course. We will start by reviewing the basics of web development, introducing you to the new hot technologies like ES6, ES7, ES10, all that amazing development that happened in JavaScript. Then for those who don't know what is front end, it will be a great opportunity to learn about front end and back end. We will build together an amazing YouTube clone application that is from A to Z, from everything, from user interface, from the back end, from the database. And I think YouTube clone is a great example that you can learn a lot from. We all love YouTube. I think all of us, we use it almost like every hour, maybe. So how many of you here excited about this and want to learn more? All right. So if you are excited like me, I'm so excited right now. I would like to give you what you're going to get by this course. Now, if you enroll in this classroom, you will get the following. You will get a JavaScript front-end development live training. It's not like a recorded video. You're going to watch it and just no one can assist and help you. It will be a live training like this one. You can ask questions. You can have interactive sessions with me. I will be your main instructor for the course. Also, you will get a JavaScript back-end live training, includes Node.js and Express and Serverless Framework. And that's value of 2,500 dirhams if you want to compare it with other course providers. Now, also, we will get in this bundle serverless live training. You will learn more about this awesome technology, how to build scalable websites, secure website in minimal effort. You don't have to spend too much time learning other tools that at the end of the day, it will not help you accomplish your goal. Now, additionally, we will give you an AWS live training course This will give you more in-depth learning about AWS services, how to use them, when to use them, and what each service is about, like AWS Lambda, S3, API Gateway, Route 53, all that crazy stuff in the AWS live training. Additionally, we will give you a CI/CD live training course. If you don't know what these terms are all about, it's advanced topics. Basically, it's a continuous integration and continuous development where you can continuously deploy your application and changes to your users without spending too much time on fixing issues or breaking any changes. All right. Additionally, that's not in the list here, you will get a chance to network with other developers. We'll bring other developers from companies here in Dubai, outside like Australia, and you will have the chance to meet with them. They will share their advices to you as a learner, how to avoid their mistakes and what is the best practices that you can do. I think you cannot find it anywhere else. This is very exciting. Plus, you will have access to our student support area, where if you have a problem, we will assist you, we will guide you on solving any issue. And additionally, if you missed any of this live training courses or sessions, you will be able to record it or replay it back at any time you want. All right, so this will lead an advantage that you can learn from anywhere. Live training from me, it's much cheaper than attending physical classes, and it will be great and much better than pre-recorded videos where you don't have support. So moving on, I would like, if you don't mind, I would like to share with you the offer that we will give you in this course. So this total value that have been said is almost like 10,000 dirhams. You cannot find it. You can find it outside Leemoon, but of course we will not charge you this amount. We are gonna charge only 899 dirhams, which equivalent to $250 only. I think this is a great deal. I think you will agree with me. Yes, if you are interested, this is the link to register. But before you go and register, I would like to invite Mr. Lajish, because he was telling me that there will be a surprise at the end of the session he wants to share with us. So Mr. Lajish, the mic to you.
Salim, actually I added one more slide there. Can you show that slide to me? Anyway, yes. I like this, $899. This is amazing, man. You're doing a great job here. Since you are with us for last more than 1 year, you are doing very great job in understanding and working with us on this kind of developing this kind of technologies in Leemoon and teaching it to everyone. As you know, Leemoon is always a place for tech people. And Salim, this is for everyone to know, Salim is doing a great job learning and teaching all these technologies. Like all of us, he is learning too, we are learning. Always, over this 15 years time, what I found is if you miss to learn 1 year, you are going to lose almost 1/3 of your career in the next year. So this is exactly what we are doing at Leemoon. So we want to help the community. We want to bring a talent pool out there. So we want to help all of our tech people here to take this course. Today, I am going to offer from Leemoon side that this course, this entire course that Salim said 899, will be at 720 dirhams. 20% offer. That's exactly link. Can you paste that link to the for everyone to see this?
Yes.
Actually, this is going to be very exciting that everyone can do such a course with a a small course with live support from people behind the tech people behind Leemoon. As Salim said, we will have people from all over the industry helping to learn together and build technologies together. I learn together. I think there is one more thing. I think I added that. Can you check that?
All right. This is the surprise, right?
Yes, that's a surprise, man. See,
All right, that's amazing.
see that? See the heading here? We are going to take people from this training to do a live industrial training, or we call it internship opportunity. We want to help you work with us on live projects, gain industry experience that makes you a real full stack developer. So
That's
that
very exciting.
gives you, yeah, you like it, right? So this, we have
Amazing.
around 20 people here in this meeting. I want to give almost all of them this opportunity throughout this year. You know, in a month we take at least 5 people as internship in our company, and we are going to work. They are going to work with us on the live products, learning how this is done after successful completion of this course. This is exactly what I want to give you. Uh, uh, I am in a position that I can give this kind of opportunity to everyone. That's exactly what excited me to be here today.
That's
So
very exciting.
please check out that link and join us on this training event. Actually, we are going to start this course on this Saturday, right, Salim?
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
coming
Just a
Saturday.
question here, Mr. Lajish, before you talk about the timing, this training opportunity, 4 weeks training at Leemoon in Dubai, will that be for everyone or limited number?
You mean the training, right? It is limited per month. We will take at least maximum of 5 people, depending on their performance and successful completion of the course.
That's
We cannot. This is a very limited opportunity. I want everyone to, especially from this meeting. We are going to give, maybe we will ask some more people to join us later, but this is the main, this first batch, the first month will be coming from this batch, this training batch, whatever we are going to, everyone who is attending this meeting is going to get this opportunity.
That's wonderful. It's very exciting, actually. It's a wonderful surprise. And I wish I was a student to join and get this free training. All right, that have been said. Thank you very much, Mr. Lajish, for this awesome talk. In the meanwhile, we will start. We started actually our Q&A session. So if you have any question in your mind, have any feedback, you can share it in the comments. We are more than happy to answer your questions or listening to your feedback. Well, during or in the meanwhile, while you're typing, I would like to answer some of the common questions that normally students ask about serverless. One of the questions is, will serverless become an expensive thing for me when my application grows and become very large? All right, that's one concern that developers are actually in their head, they're thinking of. If I build a website, Amazon or AWS service will not charge you for renting the server. It only will charge you when there's a usage on the website. So if no one visiting your website, you are not paying anything. You're paying $0. And how it works, basically, each invocation or each event invocation for the Lambda function, they will charge you very, very small portion of $1, like $0.0001. It's kind of very small, very cheap. And the question here, going back to the question, when will that be very expensive compared to normal server renting? The answer will depends on the ideology that you are thinking. I would like to answer this question by giving an example of a car. If you want to rent a car or buy a car, which one is cheaper for you? Okay, so if you are staying in a country for more than like 20 years, for example, then it's probably cheaper to get a car and invest in it. However, if you are not sure if your company is going to, or you are going to live like that much of a duration in the country, I think renting a car would be a cheaper option that you can do. Same thing applied here in serverless. If you are planning to go like not five, maybe 20 years, and you don't know actually have that in software. So I think will be better opportunity to go with the serverless, because no matter how much your application grows, it still become much cheaper than renting servers and scaling them and hiring people actually to do the maintenance for your servers. So to summarize that, I think serverless is a cheaper option to go with. Now, in the meanwhile, there are some questions here. How much 720 in Indian currency? Yes, I think Mr. Rajesh can answer that. Yes. Now, the second question in the meanwhile will be, if let's say...
Salim, there is a couple of questions in the chat. Is this include ethical hacking?
No, it will not include ethical hacking per se, but it will give you a chance to learn about security, how to securely build the products with almost, avoiding all the common hacking techniques. So we will not go to ethical hacking learning path, but you will learn some kind of security aspects, how to avoid the mistakes that you can do and make your website vulnerable.
So someone is asking, like, also some question like, can we send these commands and all these things to them?
Yes, of course. I will send it now in a while, but also we will share this entire slides and video recording in case if you want to replay back and see all the details. We will send an email after this meeting, after this session, for everyone who attend this class with us. So I will write these commands now in just a few minutes. But before that, let me answer the second question here. The second common question that normally people ask, or developer ask: can I switch from one cloud provider to another if I develop my application? Let's say you are building a website and you choose AWS for your hosting. Later in 1 year or maybe 2 years, you found someone doing a service much cheaper than AWS. Would that be easy to switch from AWS, let's say, to Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure? Now, the answer is yes, totally. With the serverless framework, you can easily switch between providers and without doing any configuration. All right. So I hope. Yes.
I have to add one more thing here. In our offer, this 20% offer is only for today, right? As you know, that this today is the meeting, and the industrial training is only for the people who are attending this seminar. Even from till before Saturday, they have to register. We have to say before we select for the coming months. Also, in case someone have a question like they can pay in installments, or they can start paying maybe some portion right now and pay later, we have an option for that also. But they don't have the 20% offer, but they have the total $899, but they have to send us a message to booking@leemoon.com. I will put this message here. Booking@leemoon.com. Send an email to this email. So we have option for installment payments in case you want to pursue this course, but you don't have full cash right now.
That's wonderful. Right. It's so exciting, actually.
Yeah, and yeah, that's about the offer. Some updates I want to give you. Please continue, Salim.
Amazing. So this, I shared the commands here in the comments section. If you want to copy and try it by yourself, it's a time to go and try that. Also, if you have any question right now, you can answer. We will have almost like 10 to 15 minutes before we close this session. In the meanwhile, do you have anything to share, Mr. Rajesh, with us?
I have nothing specific to share. As I said, this course, what we are trying to do is to help people on, being a normal developer career, or from a different engineering career to a full stack developer, or the new trend in this technology scenario. There is, as I am looking at these today in the job boards, there is thousands of job openings in this technology and programming sector. Because nowadays, if you look at artificial intelligence, or this blockchain, all this kind of crazy things, industry revolution 4.0 is happening. All these things need technology, programming, backend, front, and all these kind of things. Especially, I was looking at a new trend in retail. Like the retail people are, sitting in front of computer, like playing games, and on the other hand, a robot is taking the instructions from the game console to take and put things on the top, give it to the customers. The store, in a COVID touchless situation here, people don't want to meet with people. These robots are helping other people in the store to buy things, but the people actually controlling is the person sitting in front of a computer with a game console and managing 5 robots. So one person is a 5 person actually. One person equal to 5. Yeah, so 5x work is done by one person. This is the kind of future we are going to see. This is happening in Japan. So everywhere this kind of technology is going to happen. COVID is accelerating it. It's not me or Salim or this technology people. It's the need of the century. That's what making the technology happen. So we need a lot of tech people to come to us and work with us. So this course is going to enable that. This course is way cheaper. We want this to happen. That's why we are going to make this course just to cover up our cost. Very cheaper course.
This is very exciting, actually. All right, so I would like to share. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh, for this talk. It's wonderful. But some people here in the questions ask about the timing for the course, when it's going to start, and how long this course will be. So we are planning to have the first session, this upcoming session on this Saturday. The timing will be based on the discussion that we're going to make with the registered students. So we will see the perfect timing for us to go from me as a trainer and you as a student, but normally will be around 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Dubai time. That about the timing or the starting of the batch. The duration of the course will be almost 2 weeks continuously. This will be every day or maybe 3 to 4 days a week with almost 20 up to 25 hours of live training on the topics we said earlier: JavaScript front end, JavaScript back end, AWS training, serverless, and all that exciting stuff. So are you excited about that? All right, I see some people who are very excited here. That's amazing. Okay, so
yes, actually there is one more thing I have to add here. Like, sometimes we have to unlearn things. The old things always keep up in our mind that need to go away to learn new things. It's especially in technology. So this is a new course, right? So actually, I think we are almost done here. I think the people here, they don't have much about to talk. They want to, in case all of you want to take this course, just take the 20% offer today, and we are going to share all the details to all of you, and see you in the class actually next from the Saturday. If everyone is joining, we will be seeing you in the class, and let's work together some of these projects, at least 5 of the people from this batch, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh. Thank you, everyone in this session for joining the session. I hope we shared with you the amazing technology out there and inspire you to go and learn more about this stuff. So thank you again for your time. My name is Salim, and thank you for joining this time, and hope to see you in the class.